Howdy folks, this is Stephen from the Gold Coast Art School, and today we're going to be exploring oil paints a little bit more. I've got a whole bunch of them here from around the art school. Oil paints have varying degrees of opacity, and some just don't cover terribly well at all, others do. We use Art Spectrum here at the school, good Aussie brand. They all very conveniently have a little symbol on the side of the tube, tiny weeny one there, that looks like that. Just a coloured in square. In the old days they used to have a square that was half coloured in like so, but nowadays they just have a triangle. That tells you it is semi-transparent. Then there's these ones and they have just a clear square with nothing in it. I have seen other brands that do a similar thing with a circle, half filled or solid. Now what's the difference with that? Well, it just means that some cover better than others. And I'm going to do a little demo here. The reds I'm going to use for opaque is vermilion. Scarlet is also another opaque red, but reds generally don't cover that well, but scarlet and vermilion do. For semi-transparent I'm using burnt sienna, which I know it's a brown, but it's a red brown, so I'm using it today. There are others. There's permanent red, there are cadmium red. There are a number of semi to transparent reds. Rose is semi-transparent. This one today, good old traditional alizarin crimson, fabulous colour, doesn't cover terribly well, it needs help. I'm just going to get it started with good old vermilion. Alright, here we go. This is a nice big blob here. I'll just spread this out. Now the reason I've got this, I've given you a couple of gradations, soft gradations from dark to light, and then across here these variations here, and then light textures right into the light zone there, the white end. Now you can see if I stretch the paint thinly, even the vermilion isn't covering terribly well. But compared to the others, you'll be surprised just how efficient that is. And I'm using fairly thick paint, it must be said. But even when you brush it like that and I'm spreading it out more thinly, you'll be surprised the difference between this and the semi-transparent colours. Now if I scratch that, you can see through it, okay, but that's not fair. I just want to put an thin even coat, and you can see how those stripes and gradations disappear under this particular opaque red. And you'll find, this is vermilion, find very similar colour in scarlet. Again, it's an orange red, or heading in that general direction, but as a pigment it's really nice and covers well. I'll just show you the difference between this and the others. Here's one I did before. You can see where I've pushed it really thinly there. You can just see it. I really did try and thin it down. Here it's quite thick. You can see the texture, the way the light catches the paint. This is a little bit thicker. Here it's thick on that side, but it's a little bit thinner on this side, and you can just see those gradations there, those variations of grey in the base. This is the burnt sienna, and you'd find this would be the same with permanent red or any of the other reds really, cadmium red. It covers well, but it's not great. As soon as you spread it thinly, you start to see what's going on underneath. Okay? Still, it's streaky and messy, so it doesn't really give you, you can glaze with these, but with the best ones for glazing is good old alizarin crimson. Even where it's thick, you can still see these subtle variations there all the way through. And of course, when it thins out like that, you can see right through it. It's just like glass, okay? So fabulous for glazing. Okay, so we've done those. You can see that if you pile it on really thickly, you will get a cover. But with most of these richly pigmented oil paints. If you pile it on really thickly, of course you will cover, but as soon as you thin it down slightly, you start to see the background coming through. I'll give you some blue examples and some yellow examples. Now it's got to be said, with yellows, it's hard to find a really opaque yellow unless you paint it so thick that nothing can get through. Generally speaking, most yellows you have to do 2 coats, and if you're painting over any other colour, it helps to do a bit of white undercoat first. This is supposed to be semi-transparent, somewhere in between. As I said, most yellows are just that. This is lemon yellow, and you can see straight away as I drag it out there, look at that, it's pretty transparent, isn't it? But it doesn't really, it's transparent, but if you use it fairly thickly and have a light touch to your brush, you can get reasonable coverage. But see how it doesn't really, of course down the bottom here, where it's really super thick, it covers okay. But see how you spread it out like that, and you can sort of see that coming through, but it's kind of streaky, so it's not really, can't really glaze with that. Now this is the last yellow we're going to be showing you, and this one truly is transparent. It's one of my favourites. You can see straight away it looks brown, but as soon as it thins out, it starts to get that beautiful, beautiful, rich golden colour. See that? When that's thin, get this lovely, but see how transparent that is. It's like stained glass. It's a fabulous colour. I love Indian yellow. But when you do it thickly, it is totally disgusting. Look at that. Now most blues are also pretty transparent, similar to the yellows, but this one, it's called cerulean blue. I find that this one is, out of all the blues, it is quite opaque. This one here is ultramarine blue. It's also a yummy blue. It's one of my favourite colours. But you see as it comes out of the tube, it's really dark. It's almost black. They say this one is semi-transparent. And if you use it really thickly, it will cover. But you can see there as you brush it back a little bit. So notice how the white's coming through, and that's where you get that beautiful purple tinge coming through. Good old ultramarine. Okay, the last one we're going to look at, this blue one, is pretty transparent, phthalo blue. Ah, now can you see that?
Yeah.
Isn't that a yummy colour? Kind of like stained glass. So these are the transparent primaries. You can see that because I was using a brush and I'm using them straight out of the tube, they still do cover and you can still make marks with them. What I'm going to show you in a future video is how these work when you're glazing. And when we glaze it, we thin it down with a medium. We use liquol. There's lots of variations of that available on the market, but it thins the paint down, and you'll see how these all respond beautifully, and you get the most fabulous thin, when these thin down without streaking, and that's what we're going to be doing. Thanks for watching, and please join us again real soon.